Good morning. So it's the 26th of January. It's coming up for about 12 o'clock and we're still here. So just to give you a quick roundup of what happened yesterday, we went to the restaurant, which was Kimonos. It was very nice. I found the food a little salty. They put soy sauce obviously on everything, so it didn't make it. The chicken slightly overcooked, but it was still a nice meal. Everybody there was happy. The chef was entertaining. He appeared to be possibly a Japanese chef, which when we went to the halcyon we ended up with someone who was local. So it was very nice. I think they did a pretty good job. Everybody was happy. There was a starter, there was a dessert, obviously drinks while you were there. And it was just a nice evening. We came back, we were quite tired. There was entertainment, there was a band playing over in the Caribbean Square, which was okay if you wanted it, but we were quite tired, so we went to bed early, we watched a bit of TV and slept off. Now, I've also made inquiries as of this morning to see what we could do maybe regarding coming back. Now, I've just been offered a trip for next year to come between the 21st and the 1st of May back to Sandals, where we already are, Antigua, with their special offer they're doing here for 10 nights, and the total cost is just in the region of, I think it's £7,500 or £7,600. That's for 10 nights. That includes the flights from Heathrow, which are premium economy with Virgin, and it's nearly £1,000 less than I've paid to come in now in January. So it sounds a terrific deal, and I think we may be taking them up on it. I did look at the price of some of their other venues, like Duns River, but that's over £9,000, and Barbados was over 10, and St Vincent, which apparently if you go from London you have to fly first to Amsterdam. Oh no, that's Cocoa. Sorry, that's if you go to Cocoa you have to go via Amsterdam, and they're over £10,000. In fact, I think Cocoa was about 11,500 for the same time, same period. The rooms may of course differ, and keep in mind those other places are all fairly new. I believe Duns River only opened about 18 months ago. The place we're in now, as we've already said, is being updated, but I did check. They're prepared to give us the same room that we're currently got, but nothing's going to be updated. Still, for £7,500 for 10 nights being here, including the flights and the premium economy upgrade on the plane, I think that's a very good deal, particularly since I've just paid over £8,500 for exactly the same journey. So it's certainly worth thinking if you're going to come here. We have actually enjoyed being here. It's been very relaxing. The food, yeah, I wouldn't say it was 5-star, but it is certainly edible. I've had nice meals. Last night with Kimonos was very nice. I couldn't eat all of it, but then that's me. As you get older you can't eat as much. But overall, it's been very nice. Yes, I'll obviously come back, as I've said. We're already looking to book maybe for next year. You only have to give them a £350 deposit, and then you have to pay the rest 91 days before your trip. So by booking it now, I haven't got to pay them any money to next January. Then I have to pay the whole lot. But still, to be guaranteed that price now, which is £1,000 less than what I've just paid, that to me sounds a really good deal. Regarding today, well, it rained again this morning. It just rained a second ago when I just came in, so the weather again is up and down. It's very warm though. Even though it rains, the rain doesn't really bother anyone. Most people still stay in the pool. It's not like in the US where they demand you leave the swimming pool because it's raining. Most of the time it rains here and is finished within a couple of minutes, which is what's happened this morning. There have been one day here where it rained on and off virtually most of the day, but when we got to the evening it did stop. So obviously, like anywhere, no one can guarantee the weather, but overall it's very nice, and I'd certainly come back, as I've already said. That's about it for the time being. I don't think we're going anywhere. Tonight I believe they got the Caribbean Steel Band, and I'm just looking forward to it. Hi, so I've come over to the other side, to the Mediterranean side, and there's a separate entrance. So when you arrive here, this is the entrance that you've got. It's very different. So this is another entrance. People getting ready to leave. and this is the entrance where you can go out. So this takes you up here, and this takes you back onto the road that leads into Sandals. And I've been told 5 minutes from here is a supermarket, so if you want to get anything, apparently this is the way you do it. So I'm going to put the camera away and get ready for me 10-minute walk. Okay, so Sandals is just down there. This is the road I have to take, and there's signs up everywhere. Look, you can see, these are all the things you can see. It's quite a busy road. It seems more like a dirt track, but yeah, hey, it's interesting. En route, I've come across these. These are just in a field. Look at this. Hey. Whole field of them. How's that? Well, still got to go down the road. So we're going down, straight down still. So a bit more progress. We're getting a bit further. You can probably see the ship in the background because we're heading towards the docks are. So that's where I'm walking. It's quite a busy road. But I'm getting there. The guy just told me I'm about, I don't know, half a mile from the supermarket. So onwards and upwards. Okay, so I think I'm actually coming up to the supermarket. I'm not sure how long it's taken. It's taken about 10-15 minutes. Not terrible. Not terrible. There's the supermarket there. You can just see it. I can't get in here, so I have to do the other entrance, which is fine. It's called First Choice. It's quite a big supermarket, as you can see. It's taken about, I suppose, about 15 minutes to physically get here. It's been a nice walk. Thankfully it wasn't too hot today, but it's still been really nice, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Nice bit of peace and quiet. It's been really good. So that's the supermarket. Okay, so I made it. I've got here. It's probably taken about 10-15 minutes, which is what they say. So like our supermarkets, they have exactly what you would expect. The OK Corral. This is where we're having dinner tonight. For our dinner. Only they've got the times mixed up. And it should have been 8 o'clock, they had it down to 7:30. They've sent us into the piano bar where we're going now to wait till they come and get us. So good morning, it's the 27th of January, it's 11 o'clock in the morning, and the weather's actually pretty good here. It's supposed to rain later according to the forecast, but at the moment it's bright sunshine, it's very nice, and the pool is virtually empty. There's virtually no one here, there's just one other couple, and that's it. Which has been unusual because nearly every day the pool has had quite a few people around it. Last night we went to the OK Corral for dinner. Now that's one of the restaurants you do have to book for. We booked it as soon as we got here. There's Eleanor's, which you have to book, and Kimono's, which is the Chinese, Asian, Benihana type restaurant. You have to book for that as well. They're the only three. Any of the others you can just walk in whenever you want. And this morning I actually booked to go back to Eleanor's on Wednesday. Now I mention this because some people have said they found it really hard to get a booking. We're leaving here on Thursday. They were very accommodating. We've got an 8:30 evening booking, and so it was something we're looking forward to. We did already go to Eleanor's the other day and had a really enjoyable meal. We had lamb cutlets that were in a panko batter, with some nice vegetables, etc. So it was a really nice restaurant. We did enjoy it, and we thought we'd try and go back there before we have to go home. Now, regarding anything else, the meal last night at the OK Corral was very nice. They messed up the timing, which should have been there for 8 o'clock. They had us down for 7:30. But when you do book the restaurants, you do it by where the reception is. They give you a card with the time, date, everything on it. So they just apologised, said said the table wasn't ready, and they would sort it, which is exactly what they did. We ended up eating, I don't know, maybe an hour later at 9, but there was no real problem. Served the food. I had ribs. My wife had something completely different. Oh, she had steak and surf, and the surf consisted of one single prawn. The ribs were very nice. They were supposed to be barbecued. I think they get a bit confused with what's meant by barbecue. It had barbecue sauce, but that's about as far as it went. I don't think they'd actually seen a barbecue, those ribs, in all the time of their existence. But it was very tasty, did enjoy it, and my wife said her steak and shrimp was very nice. So that's about it. There was a band playing outside in the market square, which is just where the OK Corral is, so you could hear the music. Very entertaining. Later on there was karaoke in the Mediterranean Square, which was very nice, and we got to bed about midnight, and all in all we had a very nice day. And today's going to be a very relaxing day. I don't think we plan to do much, probably just go in the pool, and that's about it for the time being. As I say, if there's anything new to report during the day, I'll come back to the video and show you what's happening. Until then, it's bye from me. This is like private pool day. It's just us here. There's no one. Very nice. The water's a bit cold, and if you just see to the back, which I'll do, I'm getting up. Right, sorry, it's a bit crooked. And at the back, you can see the ocean. If I zoom in, you can see there's the ocean. There's the other side. There's the ocean there. So we're back at Barefoot on the Sands, which is, we came the other day for lunch, and we're back to the beach. It's pretty nearby. I've ordered a linguine, and my wife has ordered some pasta, so we'll see in a minute what it's like, which is the linguine. What did you get?
Penne, gluten-free, I'm not sure what's with it, and peas.
Oh, well, it looks nice. Mine definitely looks nice. I think I've made a good choice there. This is Cafe de Peru. And this is the ice cream.
It's not real rum. Not just pretend rum. Rum and raisin.
So good morning. It's January the 28th. It's 9:30 in the morning, and we're going for breakfast. We've got a cabana today, which costs $99, but we have it from 9:30 in the morning till 5:30 in the evening, so that should be nice. And we're walking back down to where the main pool is, which is where the cabana is, and we hope to have a nice day. There's also a breakfast place down there where the Italian restaurant is, called Mario's. So we're going to have breakfast there this morning, and then we can just leave our stuff on our cabana and spend the day there. This evening we've got a dinner for returning guests, which they invite. If you're a returning guest to Sandals, you can go. They'll send you an invite. I think they give you bits and pieces as well as souvenirs, so that should be really nice. Until then, that's it. Lovely. Well, today's my 70th birthday. I'm in Antigua. What could be better than this as a view? Where would you rather be to celebrate your birthday? This is like paradise. Look at that. I just want to take it all in. I'm going to go in the sea, going in the ocean. How about that for a birthday treat? It doesn't get any better than that. Look at that. That is just fantastic. So this is our cabana for the day. And as you can see, it says reserved with our name on it, which is great. And if you turn, well, there's the pool, right bang in front of us. And just over there is the ocean. We're here by the cabana, and I've got my Bob Marley, and Lisa's got her soda and lime, and it's very, very, very nice. And we're just here, taking it all in. Couldn't do that. Lovely ladies that come in here.
What street?
Well, I've got a beer.
Okay, go and find anything.
I've got a beer. We've got a whole thing over here full of drinks. We've got a freezer box here. All the drinks. It's full of ice and there's loads of drinks in there. And then you've got all this. It's about 3:30 at the moment. It's lovely. So everybody's got the pool. Swim up bar. Play music all day. It's really nice. So welcome to Sandals Grande Antigua Resort and Spa. Good morning. It's the 29th of January. It's coming up for about 8 o'clock in the morning, and we go back tomorrow, unfortunately. Had a great time here. Really enjoyed ourselves. I'll give an overall view tomorrow, but so far I'm very happy to come here. In fact, I would recommend anyone who's thinking of a Sandals holiday to come here. Spoke to a lot of people who are already here, and many have returned here. I mean, somebody last night at the there's like a party they have for returning guests. One gentleman and his wife had been here 9 times, and I think that tells you everything. Keeping in mind this is not a cheap place to go on holiday, so you don't come here because of the, it's a cheap attempt for a 5-star visit. The fact is, everybody seems to like it. Yes, the stories you hear about the accommodation being a little run down, they are true. There's no doubt that this place could definitely do with a good overhaul. But if you take in what you get, i.e. the venue itself, the resort is beautiful, all the grounds are nicely decorated, the staff are first class, they can't do enough for you, so that compensates for all the problems that otherwise you may incur. To be honest, we haven't had any problems at all. The food's been pretty good. Everything's been edible. The VIP dinner last night for returning guests was excellent. It consisted of steak, lobster. I didn't bother to film it because basically most of it was consistent of I'm just going to sit down a second while I continue this, but most of what last night was about was to do with rewards and how well you'd been and how many times you'd visited here. That wasn't something that really affected us, but it was nicely done. It was a bit like one of those company vet things where they're patting everybody on the back. They did give out some gifts for returning visitors, but I believe somebody had been here when they added it up 320 days. So that's almost a year they've been backwards and forwards here. So for that kind of period that they've been coming to Sandals and the money they must have spent, they're entitled to a free week or whatever. But yes, as I say, overall, definitely a place worth coming to. The food was pretty good. It wasn't 5-star, but still very good. As I say, last night we had lobster and steak. You can have that here almost every night if you want it. It's not just a one-off. If you don't like lobster or you don't like steak, there's plenty of other options, and you can go to wherever you want when you want. Staff superb, bend over backwards for you, as I've already said, and the actual place itself, the resort, is spotlessly clean, very, very nice, and the grounds are amazing, and the beach is also terrific, because a lot of people did mention to me about how good Granada was. The only problem there is that it doesn't have really much of a beach, and it's also, to fly to Granada from the UK is about 10 hours, whereas coming here is only 8. So that's what I felt. Today we're going to have a pool day. I've just laid the stuff out around the pool over in the Mediterranean section. Even though I got here early, a lot of the sunbeds had already gone. It looks like the butlers have been out and put all the stuff of their guests all already out. But yeah, I've got a seat, and I've got 2 sunbeds quite near the pool, in fact, almost on top of the pool, so not really been a problem. Anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. If I've got any further information, I'll come back to you later in the day. Until then, it's bye for now.
We're at Eleanor's. We were here the other day. We're ordering similar stuff to what we had last time, and hopefully the food will be good. During today, we just really sat around the pools and there wasn't much else. But the food here last time was very good, and we've come back because it was so good. I'll just show you a quick look at what it looks like. Because my wife wasn't totally happy. It wasn't enough food, and this is a lamb shank, which is quite big. I'm not sure how it's cooked. Is it alright?
I'm sure it will be.
I'm not sure. What?
Delicious.
Delicious, there you go. So, the food here, it's okay. These desserts, and my good lady has got a cream brulee, which apparently is very hot at the moment. So it looks nice. I had one of those the other day. The texture wasn't totally like a cream brulee. I don't know if you could have it again. It was like a custard. I think this is also like a custard.
No, it's got a
bit more set?
Yeah.
No, it's not set like it should be. But anyway,
it was nice.
That's what she's got. I've been told it's very nice. And I'm going to have my chocolate mousse cake.
Okay, good morning. It's the 30th of January, it's our last day, and basically I'm going to just sum up what's been going on and what my view is of Sandals Antigua Grande, or Grand Antigua Sandals, or whatever you want to call it. But basically I'm going to go give you my own rundown on what I feel. Now, as I've said before, this is a resort. It's not a hotel. Now, if you wonder what the difference is, it's simple. When you go to a hotel, normally you pay for the room and whatever things it can offer. Maybe it has a swimming pool, maybe it has, I don't know, maybe it has bar, billiards or whatever. But a resort is very different. First of all, it's usually a lot larger. In the case of Sandals, it's huge. I believe it has over 500 rooms. You can have different type of rooms, and you can be in different parts of the resort. Whereas obviously in a hotel, you're usually in one section. It's just the level, whether you're on first floor, ground floor, or wherever. So that's immediately one difference. The other is this is a fully inclusive resort. So you don't have to pay for anything. Food, drink, everything's included. Usually when you stay in a 5-star hotel, all you're paying for is simply the room and maybe breakfast. So you have to keep that in mind when you're staying here. Total cost is around about, I would guess, to stay just without flights and everything, between £4,000 and £5,000. Now, is that expensive? Well, I broke it down and it really works out about £500 a day, or about $600 a day per couple, which I don't think is too bad when you consider you get a nice room, You get all the facilities. There's about six I think swimming pools here. You're right on the beach. You've also got the availability of 11 restaurants. The bars, there's lots of them here, and all the drink and food is free. So on the basis of that, at £250 a day, including your accommodation, I don't think that's that expensive. The quality, well, the food is probably the standard of a 4-star hotel in, say, Europe. The actual hotel accommodation, well, in this particular resort, it's not terrible, but it could do with a bit of a sush, to get it a bit more up to date. The units, the wooden units at least, could do with a bit of a rub down and polish up, maybe a bit of varnish. The refrigerators could do with replacing. They don't even have lights in them, so when you open the door at night you can't see what's in them. They also make a lot of noise, and God knows where they found them from, but they have told me that they are planning and have already started to do a complete refurb of this whole resort. It'll take about 18 months to 2 years. They're doing it in stages, but hopefully it'll be very nice, and after 2 years I would hope it would be like a brand new resort. Now, the important question is, would I come back? Well, to give you an idea, I've just rebooked to come back in April 2026. So I would only do that if I was happy with it. The cost for my return trip, which will be for 10 days, coming in April next year, towards the end of April, doesn't include flights, but it's just over £5,000. It's about 5,100. So that works out about £500 a day, but that's for 2 people. That's all food, that's everything: drink, food, accommodation, use of all the facilities. As you know, and I've already said, you can go scuba diving here, you can go sailing here, you can do loads of different things, and it's all free. You never have to pay for anything, which is fantastic. There are things on the beach, vendors, which you've already been told. To be honest, they've not really bothered me or even said anything. You can get jet skis here, but you do have to pay for them. There is a hotel right next door, but it doesn't make any difference to you here. Yes, there are people that use it as a public beach. I saw some children on here the other day, and since Sandals don't allow children, I've assumed it's come from the outside. Now, just to give you an idea of what it would cost if this really was totally 5-star, because there is a 5-star resort, I was told, round the corner from where we actually are. And the price for the same time as I'm staying, which is about 10 days, is in the region of £30,000 to £35,000. Yes, yeah, you heard me right, £30,000 to £35,000. That's going in the region of about $40,000. Is it worth it? I haven't got a clue because I haven't been there, but it's very exclusive, as you can imagine, because at that price it's going to have a very limited audience. Would I go there as opposed to here? Well, I found most of the people here to be very down to earth. The people working here are very helpful, very sociable, very pleasant. So I think overall I'd probably stick with what I've got. Of course, if I was a multi-millionaire it might be different, but I'm not a multi-millionaire, so I'll probably stick with Sandals. Would I recommend coming back? Definitely. I am coming back, so that's a good sign. But keep in mind, if you do come, although they claim it as a 5-star resort, which it is not 5-star compared to a 5-star hotel like the Dorchester or the George Sank or the Savoy. It's not that kind of 5-star. You've got all the comforts, the food, everything. I mean, I had lobster the other night. You can have lobster here as much as you like. The lobsters are tiny, but if you've not got enough, you ask them for more, and sure enough, they'll give it to you. So there's no complaints. I am happy to come back. I think it's a beautiful, tranquil place. Love the beaches, love the people here. The food, as I say, I was able to live with. There are a few memorable nights where I had nice meals. Overall, the food was edible. I haven't gone hungry and I haven't gone disappointed. And I would definitely recommend people to give it a try. Don't be put off by the price, because when you break it all down, if you go somewhere that isn't fully inclusive, by the time you spend paying for your food outside and anything else, you probably find it come to maybe similar money. Also, being on a resort, you don't have to leave very often. I mean, we did a couple of tours. We went down to Shirley Heights, which came to $150 for the tours. That was including the transportation. And we also went down to the docks where the duty-free shop is. So all in all, you could stay just on the site and don't even leave the building as such. There's plenty on here to do if you want to relax by a pool, or you want to just play maybe pool, or you want to just, you know, take it easy. There's plenty of nighttime entertainment as well. They have bands. There was still band here the other night. They had the silent disco where you go around with headphones on. There's plenty to do here, and there's not just sometimes one. Sometimes there can be 2 or 3 activities in the evening in the different locations. So yes, there's plenty to do. For the money, I don't think it's too bad at all. As I say, it sounds a lot when you say it, because £5,000 sounds a hell of a lot for a holiday. But you've got to think what you're getting. You're getting 3 meals a day, all the drink you want, everything is free. The facilities are magnificent. The beach is like to die for. I'll just show you what the beach is like. I mean, look at that. That's the sea. That's the beach. I mean, it's very, very magical. And it's worth it just to wake up and come down for breakfast and just see that every day, because I certainly wouldn't get that in London. Until September, when we go away again, this time to Florida, then we may not have any more reviews, but keep a lookout. Please subscribe to the channel, because when I'm in the UK, I may still go to some other places during the next few months, and if I do, I will review them and I'll post them on here. Until then, thank you very much for watching the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it's been informative and giving you some idea of what to expect. Oh, by the way, if you do need to go into town from here to the duty free, it's about $16. I think I did mention it earlier, but just so you're aware, they take US money, they take English money as well as their own Caribbean money. Personally, I only brought dollars and pounds, and I spent really very little. So until the next time, I think that's about it from me, and hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. So it's the last day, and we're going today. This is the last time, last breakfast we'll get like this. So I'm trying to make the most of it.
Yes, it doesn't seem to come.
Come, love, come, love. He's camera shy. Oh, do it. So we're going after 3. I want 2. I want 2, 3. You're leaving on a jet plane. We don't know when you'll be back again. Please say you will return soon. Shibby-dibby-dibby-dibby, come back, my friends, come back soon. Don't leave us here to cry, don't go. Come back, my friends, come back soon. Don't leave us here to cry.
Thank you.
Safe flights, everyone.